Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I was asked by many of my friends to actually make reviews of the audiobooks I'm consuming, as I am quite Audible addict and I do consume a lot of Audible books, especially when I'm running. So I will now make a review of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. The book was actually released in 1998 and it's quite interesting insight into the art of manipulation and something which is called dark psychology, which is my hobby. I do like the whole thinking about the human brain as a sort of special machine which requires the treatment and can be manipulated, can be actually very easily deceived, as I do believe that our brain's actually deceiving us every day and making them actually the brains and making our lives easier by deceiving us, because otherwise we will be really screwed on a daily basis. So to the book. The book was recommended to me by a friend. I must say, older friend. And the book kind of surprised me because it is considered to be a bestseller and sort of, let's say, high standard of the let's say books about manipulation and about how people behave and let's say the power struggles and these things. It is great. It is actually a good book, but to my surprise, it's a book related to the things mostly from 14th to 19th century or the early 20th. All the laws and examples, which is actually a great way to actually describe the situations and a great way to give the insight into how the powerful people and how the whole power struggles can happen, are very old by mentality. I do agree that we didn't change in these things too much. In the top management, during my times in actually local politics, power struggles are actually pretty same like they were in the ancient Egypt, Greece, Rome, or the courts of the medieval Europe. It's maybe not that brutal, but the mechanics are pretty same. The only problem is when you read this book and you are, let's say, a little bit more positive thinking person, then you need some ethical shower after reading this book, because it's nice. There are a lot of stories, but if you cannot take it with the critical thinking and you're taking it too personal, too emotional, then you think that the whole humankind is full of crap. So it's really something you should read with a bit of salt and really try to apply the things all around these stories and books. What is very sad that the book does not contain any, let's say, modern power struggle or power techniques or examples from the people like, I don't know, even Elon Musk or actually Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. You know, if you take a look on movies like The Pirates of Silicon Valley, you see all these little examples of these things in the life of the modern moguls, and actually Steve Bezos has a lot of them in his life. So that's a sad one, that it's really oriented on the history, and it's trying to tell you the story that the world didn't change. I do agree only to some extent, because our world changed. Many of the fundamentals of the relationship between people and how you handle people, how the power is handled, and how the people are manipulated and deceived, of course, didn't change. But there are new things, which is not, these things are not actually caught in the book. So I like the book. I do recommend it. From my opinion, I would go 7 out of 10 rating, but definitely it's not the thing you should follow as a sort of ultimate manual. Just read it as a stories. and try to pick up from the stories which is applicable. And definitely, if you are a sensitive person and if you believe in, let's say, positive manipulation, and if you believe in positive thinking, definitely, read some nice book after this one. Because otherwise you think that this book was written by Darth Vader and Darth Sidious in their nice moments. So it's really telling the sometimes ugly parts of the human history. Me, as a cynical person, I was able to read it without any, let's say, scratch to my already damaged soul, but still, it required some attention and thinking. Oh, if you're reading things from the medieval Italy and relationship between Borgias and the rest of the families in Italy, it's not nice history. It's actually pretty ugly sometimes. A lot of war, a lot of dead people, and the book is describing it as a, let's say, daily standard. So please read it with a bit of salt and a little bit of critical thinking. Otherwise, not very nice, 7 out of 10. I really do recommend this book. See you, and if you like my channel, please subscribe.